what's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with the toy room, and I did something I never in my life thought I would do. I made a pretty drastic change, and that is switching from this to this. Yeah, this is crazy. So, a little bit of backstory and just like overall just about me. I am by no means an Apple fan like whatsoever. I hate iPhones. I don't like really anything about Apple. So why, for somebody who doesn't really like Apple at all, did I switch to a MacBook? I'll get to all that in a second, but let's go ahead and rewind. For the last maybe like 5-6 years at this point, this has been my daily driver as a laptop, and this is the Microsoft Surface Book 2. I don't know if it's a Surface Book Pro 2, but it's a Microsoft Surface Book 2. Now, if you guys have been followers for the channel for a while, you'll know that I won this in a crazy $6,000 tech giveaway. That video is still insane, and it really blows my mind to this day that I won this. This alone was like a $3,000 laptop, somewhere around there. And this is fully spec'd out. It has, you know, great graphics cards, 16 gigs of RAM. Pretty much it's the top of the line Surface Book 2 that you can get. And I've been using that ever since I won it in the giveaway all these years ago, 5-6 years at this point. And it's been great, to be honest. Like, it was a big step up from the laptop at the time that I was using, much faster and everything like that. But as I've used it over the years, as I've edited, rendered, and uploaded literally hundreds of videos since getting this laptop, you know, over time, naturally, it has slowed down on me. It doesn't render videos as fast as it used to, and the battery, I think, is shot because it just really doesn't hold a charge while it's not plugged in while I'm editing any videos. So I pretty much always have to be completely, you know, plugged in at all times when editing a video. I can like surf the web and watch YouTube and stuff like that on that, no problem, but anytime I'm just rendering videos, the battery just drops like extremely fast. So basically I'm just stuck to being plugged in all the time. Now, for all intents and purposes, this was still a really great laptop, and I plan to keep this as a backup to have like a Windows option, obviously, since I just switched over to Mac. But the main reason that I switched over to Mac, honestly, was for YouTube. Because, you know, even though I'm not an Apple fan, at the end of the day, I'm still a tech guy. I keep, you know, tabs on everything going on in the tech world, and if you are, you know, in the tech world and you're in the know, then you know that the Apple M series of chips is pretty much like the top of the line that you can get. To be honest, I probably could find a Windows laptop that is comparable in specs and power to the MacBook and even be probably cheaper, but there's just no denying the power and the capability of the M series of chips that Apple has made. And ever since they came out from the M1 and now we're at the M3, there's just no denying, you know, the power, the capability, and I kind of want to say creativity that Apple does, because even with some of these lower powered, you know, systems that have like 8 gigs of RAM on them for the MacBooks, with the M3, what they're able to do with that chip and kind of utilize that chip combined with even a low RAM set, it's actually really impressive. And, you know, I'll give credit where credit is due. Apple really knocked it out of the park with their M series or M lineup of you know, laptops that they're also bringing into the newest iPad Pros as well. So with that being said, I went ahead and opted for this is the brand new M3 Pro chip. Now, I just got that because it's kind of like in the middle. The M3 Max is kind of absolutely insanely priced. You know, I'm outpriced to that. I mean, even this was really expensive for me, which we'll get to the price in a second, but the newer M3 Max chips is just like absurdly out of my range, so I didn't even look at that. And the base level M chip is not terrible, the M3, but I got the M3 Pro. Now this exact model is the MacBook Pro 14-inch with the M3 Pro chip, like we mentioned, 18 gigs of RAM, which is a weird number. I don't know exactly why they have 18 instead of 16 like the standard, but I'll take it 2 extra gigs of RAM because why not. And it has a 512 SSD in there. So as far as the hard drive goes, I pretty much delete most of my files after I'm done like editing those videos, so I don't really ever have a lot of like native storage on my actual computer. So I didn't need like a crazy 1 or 2 terabyte hard drive. I definitely needed at minimum 16 gigs of RAM, obviously, for multitasking, editing videos, you know, uploading to YouTube while I'm editing videos. Just the base level 8 gigs of RAM for my personal needs, it just wasn't going to cut it. I probably could have got by with it, but it was better, especially to future-proof down the line, having 18 gigs of RAM versus 8. And like I said, this is the M3 Pro chip, so it's going to naturally perform better than the standard M3 chip, but not as good as the M3 Max. But I feel like for me, for my uses, and for the kind of like simple video editing that I do, I don't really do anything too crazy. I don't do any like super crazy effects. That chip is going to be perfect. Now, that being said, this is such an upgrade compared to my last laptop. Like, my last laptop was decent, but just in terms of raw power, this MacBook is just so much more powerful than the Surface Book that I was using before. Now, the reason being is the Surface Book is a hybrid of a tablet and a laptop. So you can actually, if we open this up here, you can actually take this portion off and separate it from the keyboard, and then it becomes its own standalone tablet. So it doesn't have like the full capability of like a dedicated standalone laptop, if you will. Now, it's still very powerful, but just some apps don't run as well on the Surface Book as they would on any dedicated laptop, whether it's a Mac or like a Dell or HP or even another Microsoft like actual dedicated laptop. So with this being a hybrid system, I was kind of handicapped a little bit in that way and restricted by the power I have and what I could do. But you know, I still edited hundreds of videos on it. But for instance, just to give an example of how crazy and powerful this Mac is compared to this Windows laptop that I've been using, I edited a 15-minute video on both of them, and the Surface Book rendered that in about 2.5 hours, and that's doing 1080p 60 frames per second. The Mac did that same 15-minute time stretch with 1080p 60 frames per second, and literally I think it was like 4 minutes and like something seconds. It was insanely fast. So that's going to be able to enable my productivity level, because I'll be able to pump videos out, especially now having a daughter. You guys have probably noticed that the videos have slowed down a lot in the last year, which is crazy that I have a 1-year-old in just like a week or 2 weeks. Absolutely insane. But ever since then, I've been limited on time, obviously having a daughter, raising an infant, and just being able to pump out videos a lot quicker and not having to wait 2 hours to render a video, and then on top of uploading the video, editing the thumbnail and all that. It's just going to save me so much time. Being able to basically record a video, edit it, render it, and basically thumbnail and everything, and have it uploaded within an hour, I think would be just amazing. And just that's the main reason why I went for the MacBook Pro specifically. I was going to settle for the Air, but for what I needed and for the price difference as well, the MacBook Pro just knocked it out of the park, honestly. And it was only $200 more than getting the MacBook Air that I was originally going to get. I was going to get I think it was a 15 or 16-inch MacBook Air with 16 gigs of RAM with the latest M3 chip, and I think that was going to be about $1,400. And this MacBook Pro with the M3 Pro chip ended up being only $200 more than that, because of Best Buy's Black Friday and July sale that they just recently had going on. So I was able to get this MacBook. Retail price was $2,000. I was able to get it for $1,600. That's the final price after tax and everything. So they had $300 off the MacBook Pro. And then I had a trade-in with Christina's old MacBook Air from literally like 10 years ago. Best Buy offered $200 trade-in credit for that. So we took that laptop, took the $200 trade-in credit, and put it towards this new MacBook Pro. So $500 off of the regular $2,000 price, dropped it down to $1,500, and then you add tax, that was another $100, so grand total of $1,600, which is still extremely expensive, and I'll be paying off that credit card bill for a little while now. But it was definitely worth it as an investment for this channel. It's going to allow me to do so much, but it is going to be a learning curve, because there is a lot of stuff that I need to get used to. I mean, just all the little intricacies and everything that Apple has, it's so much different from Windows. This stuff I have to get used to. Now, this isn't my first time using a Windows system at all. Now, growing up in elementary school, middle school, and high school, every library and every classroom had MacBooks. I don't even know what model it was, but I'll put it on the screen. But the old classic translucent cases of MacBooks, those were amazing, and I used those growing up, so I am pretty familiar with it. But I much prefer Windows. There's a lot more that you can do with Windows, and Windows is less restrictive, which is why I'm keeping the Surface Book as kind of like a backup, just for whatever I need it for. And the trade-in credit, surprisingly, with this being as spec'd out as it is, wasn't really worth that much to Best Buy. I think it was only like $90 in perfect condition. This one has a couple scratches and dents in it, so it probably would have been more like $60. So for $60, I just keep it as a backup. But yeah, I mean, this is absolutely crazy. So this is actually going to be the first video that I edit for YouTube completely to upload on YouTube with the MacBook. So that's going to be interesting. And I do have a case on it. I did want to get the new black color, but they didn't have it in stock anywhere near me. And because I was doing a trade-in, I had to physically go into the store versus ordering it online. So I settled for the standard silver color that MacBook has, as you can see here. Silver color right there, but I did throw a black case on it to give me that black color that I wanted. So I got the best of both worlds at the end of the day. This does pick up fingerprints like crazy, but so does the standard black one. So it's honestly like I just have the standard black MacBook Pro anyways. So it worked out that way. The case was only like $12 on Amazon. So there is kind of a brief story on why I ended up switching from Windows to Mac. And I wouldn't, I'd be lying if I said I'm not a little like terrified of the change, but I think change is also good. It's going to allow me to be more creative. I'm using new video editing apps that are obviously specific to Mac, so that's going to be a whole learning curve, and also I'll be able to maybe try some new things and new filters and new ideas on videos to make some of my future videos more creative. And obviously just the productivity level is going to go up because I can pump these videos out like there's no tomorrow, because there's so many times where maybe there's like breaking news that happens and I get to the news late because I'm working, you know, I have Aaliyah and everything like that. It's the end of the day, and it's like by the time I record the video and then on the old laptop edit it, render it and everything, it's like 3-4 hours after the fact of when I initially recorded the video. And at that point it's just like I don't even feel like uploading that video so late. I'm so late to the game. Sometimes I just feel like it's not even worth it. But having this new laptop, being able to pump out content just like literally, like by the time I'm editing this video, I'll probably have it uploaded on YouTube probably 30 minutes to an hour. We'll see. I'll leave it down on the pinned comment below how long it actually takes me from filming this video to uploading it on the new MacBook, and I am very, very excited. So there's just a short story. I got, you know, reviews coming up. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. As you can see behind me, I collect toys, action figures, retro video games, VHS tapes, and pretty much anything like retro and nostalgia. I do toy room tours, I do toy reviews, I do unboxing videos, a little bit of everything, and I do want to start incorporating like thrift hunting into the channel as well. So if you're new here, definitely subscribe. But just one video that I got planned coming up is this brand new Target Transformers. It's basically like Optimus Prime, but it's a Target truck, so that's pretty cool. I got that video hopefully coming up in the next couple of days. I have to obviously shoot that video and review that product, and I'm not really like too familiar with Transformers, so it may take me a little bit to understand the transforming process, but I am super excited for that. Anyways, so that's gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little long-winded and all over the place. If you have any other you know, questions about the MacBook or anything else that I didn't cover, definitely let me know down in the comments below. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Those links are in the description down below. That's pretty much it. So as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.